Hello friends, this will be tutorial number 65 in this C++ programming course. In this tutorial we will go a little bit deeper into inheritance. We want to calculate volume of the pyramid using inheritance. And let's quickly create a project. New project, console application, C++, and we will call the project inheritance 02. Here is our main file, a hello world, and now we will create a base class which will be triangle. Let's create a class triangle. It will be without destructor. And now I just want to copy this IOStream and namespace standard to our triangle CPP file. And this namespace standard I will copy to triangle.h file. It's okay. And this triangle, it will have three sides and it will be private double members A, B and C. And now we want to create parameterized constructor with three sides. We will use this double A, double B and double C. And we will create set and get functions for all three sides. For the set functions we will use void set A. You'll have double A as a parameter, double get A function, void set B function with double B as a parameter, double get B, void set C function with double C as a parameter and double get C function. And we will have also one more function, double. It will be base area function which will calculate area of the triangle. Now let's go to the CPP file to define all of these parameterized constructor and all of these functions. Let's write double A, double B and double C, and here we will use this keyword. This A will be equals to A, this B will be equals to B, and this C will be equals to C. Now let's define get and set functions. Void triangle. Let's define set A function with double A, and we will write this A will be equals to A. Now we need a get A function it will return A. Now we need to do the same thing for the other two sides. Void triangle. We need a set B function, double B as a parameter. This B will be equals to B, and we need a get function for the side B. Which will return B. And let's define get and set function for the side C. And now we will need to define base area function to calculate the area of the triangle. And for that we need to use CMath library. To calculate the area of the triangle, we will need to use Heron formula, but we will need two variables. It will be double S and the area. And let's define S will be equals to A plus B plus C, and it will be divided with 2. And now let's define the area will be equals to squared, and here we need to multiply S multiplied with S minus A multiplied with S minus B multiplied with S minus C. This is the Heron formula to calculate the area of the triangle, and we will need to return this area. This function will calculate the area of the triangle. Now let's go to we will just build and run this to see if we have we have syntax error here instead of double V. Let's repair this. Now let's try to build and run again. Get C, just a second. We need to see where the error get C function. Let me see here. Yes, instead of double we use a void. Get function is a double, can be void. And also here my mistake, I used okay, now it's everything okay. These functions are double. get C and base area are doubles, and it needs to be a return double. It's my mistake. Now everything works properly, and now we want to extend this class of the triangle. We need a class, a pyramid, which will extend this class. Let's create new class. It will be pyramid without destructor. We will include it in our project. Now what we want to do, first in the triangle CPP file we will include this will be a pyramid, will be derived class. We will include it here in the triangle CPP. Let's include pyramid, and here in pyramid.h file we will include base class, which is triangle, and here we will write public triangle. Now class pyramid is a derived class of the base class triangle, and this class pyramid will have one private member, which will be the height. We will define it as double H, and the constructor will be it will have 4 parameters. It will have the base, the sides of the triangle, which will be double A, double B, double C, and it will have double H, which is a private which will be the private member. Here it will be the height, and we need to define a get and set function for this private member. Let's use, okay, I can use a double set age. Of course you can use void if you want. It will have double H, and also double get age without parameters, and we will need double volume function, which will calculate the volume of the pyramid. And now let's define it in the CPP file. First let's define this parameterized constructor. Double A, double B, double C, and double H. But there is one thing we cannot use for these 3 parameters are the private members of the. We have 3 parameters, which is private members of triangle. If they are protected members, I will explain you in the next tutorial with the protected members, but we cannot use it. We cannot use these parameters because they are private members. We cannot use them outside of the triangle class. If they are protected, we could use them. But what we can use, we can use a set functions which are public, and we can use them here in the derived class. And how we gonna do that? We will just first we have a constructor, and also we need to type 2 dots and a triangle. ABC, because we have a triangle has a parameterized constructor with 3 members, and it will be A, B, and C. And now let's define it. We will use set functions of the triangle because we cannot use A, B, C because they are private members. Set A, we will use A. We will use set B function, it will be B. and set C function, and we will use parameter C. And for the double age, it is a private member of this derived class. We will use this keyword. This age will be equals to age. And now let's define these double functions. We need set age function. Double age. And we write this age will be equals to age. This is a double function. We need to return age. Now let's define. Of course, if you use void, the result should be the same. You don't need to return this age. That's the only difference between double, for example, double and void functions. Void doesn't need to return anything. Now let's define get age function. It will just return age, and we need to define a volume function. And what we will return? We will use a formula to calculate the volume of the pyramid. For that we need area of triangle, which we'll have it here. We will use a base area function from the base class. It will return base area. We need to multiply it with age, and we will divide it with 3. This is a formula to calculate the volume of the pyramid. I think it should be okay now. We define all of this function. Let's run this hello world application to see if everything will work properly. Okay, it should be fine. Now first, what we need to do, we need to include classes in our main file. Let's include triangle base class, and let's include derived class, which is pyramid. We will delete this hello world, we don't need it. Now let's create 4 variables, 4 double variables, double A, B, C and age. This will be simple double variables. And we need some text. We'll write enter the 3 sides of the base triangle. And in the same line we will type and the height of the pyramid. Now we can type and line. Now let's input these 4 variables. First we will write side A, and we will input variable A. Now let's continue. We will do it for the all parameters. Side B, we will input variable B. Side C, and we will input variable c, and now we will need height, and we will input variable age, which will be the height. Now what we need to do, we need to create a new pyramid object. Let's do it. Pyramid, we will call it p1, but we will need a pointer, we will allocate it in the memory, equals to new pyramid. Okay, we define a constructor with 4 parameters, and we will use these 4 variables: a, b, c, which are the sides of the base triangle, and a, h, which will be the height of the pyramid. And now we need to write some text. A pyramid with the following features has been entered. Let's write end line, and we will write sides of the base triangle. We need a little space, and let's write these sides. Let's write p1. Let's use this keyword. We will need side A, we will use get a function. We need a little space, and let's use side B, we need a get B function. And we need a little space, and we will write p1 get C for the side C. And we can use end line now. Now we will need a height. Let's write p1, and we need the get age function, and we need end line. And now let's write the volume. P1, and we need volume function. Here it is, and let's write end line. Okay, here I can use /n to separate it a little. And now when we finish, when we have displayed all that we need, when we don't need this object anymore, we can delete it from the memory. We will just delete p1. Now let's see if everything will works properly. Let's build and run this. Okay, enter the 3 sides of the base triangle and the height of the pyramid. Okay, side A will be 1.2, side B will be 2.3, side C will be 3.4, height can be 4.5, and let's see. A pyramid with the following features has been entered. Sides of the base triangle. Okay, as you can see, 1.2, 2.3 and 3.4. This is base sides. Height is 4.5 and the volume is 1.00 213. Okay, which works perfectly. Of course, we didn't display the base area, but we use this base area from the base class. We use it in the derived class to calculate the volume of the pyramid, and this works perfectly fine. I really hope that you like and understand this. If you like this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me in the Instagram. You have a link in the description, and I will see you in the next tutorial.